Clock out and go home.
Straight the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about this job. Don't put your finger in my
Clock
face.
out and go home.
Straight the fuck up.
Clock out and go home.
Yeah, shut that off.
Bro, I just got fired from Chick-fil-A, bro.
We are moving in a different direction.
Screw you.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into a topic that's going to be relatable for most of us. Now, we're all suffering under this economy together. Grocery prices are going up, and the job market, or lack thereof, it's doing what it's doing. Today, we're taking a close look at life in corporate America.
Welcome to hell, mother.
The office life. At times very rewarding, fulfilling, but most of the time it just downright sucks, and it's pretty exploitive. And today we're going to be introduced into that world by a few TikTok creators who are going to give us a little inside peek at the glamorous world of corporate America. As usual, be sure to like and subscribe, and without further ado, here we go.
This is why you have to stop playing with people. If you're going to fire somebody, fire them before they come in. Fire them when they come in before they start their shift. This lady worked her whole entire third shift, then went and set up breakfast for all of the customers, and then after she did that, y'all fired her. So she crashed the fuck out. Now, was she right or was she wrong? In my opinion, baby, I'm going to say she right, because you didn't work me a whole third shift, and then I set up breakfast, and then after I do all of that, you fire me? Well, you could have clearly fired me before I clocked in or before I even got here over a phone call. She crashed the fuck out, and I agree with her. Stop playing with people.
Before I give my thoughts, let's get into the comments. So one person commented, I was trained to fire employees after their shift. I've never done it. I've always fired them at the start of their shift and paid them for the day. So although I wouldn't exactly suggest any of you guys react to getting fired this way, we do have to admit, the lady kind of has a point. I mean, morally, her argument is pretty valid. This is somebody who just took some news that her livelihood was completely going to be changing, probably for the worse, for the next couple weeks, months, or if not, God forbid, years. It speaks to a very common mentality that goes on with management in some of these offices, and that is the disposable labor culture. Many corporations treat employees like interchangeable assets, and when you fire somebody after they've worked their entire shift, you got to take into account that that's going to take a heavy toll on their mental state at that very moment. This is somebody reacting to some very heavy news. And it highlights just how much corporations don't really care about us. I mean, they care more about productivity than basic human dignity. Now, I know what you're thinking. That was a pretty crazy video. Wait until you get a load of this next one.
I do want to let you know that the company has decided to end your employment with us effective immediately. Although you did submit a 2 weeks notice, we appreciate it, but our company does not have to honor that. So with that, we are ending your working relationship with us today. So what I would like for you to do, Stephen, is please log out of all company accounts and systems right away. So we will also need you to return any company property that you have, such as your equipment. And what we'll do is we'll follow up with instructions on how to return these items and details about your final paychecks and any other benefits that you may be entitled to at this time. So, Stephen, I know this is not information that you're wanting to hear, but I do want to thank you at least for your contributions.
Hey, excuse me, but I just put that 2 weeks notice in today.
Now, this last one speaks for itself, and I'm rendered pretty speechless. We're always taught that leaving a 2-week notice is best practice or standard for when you're about to leave a company. But these very same corporations do not have to follow that very same best practice measure that they expect from us. So in this very case, this guy goes about everything the right way. He puts in his 2 weeks notice, only for that very day, HR decides to give him a call and says that they don't have to honor it, which is actually true. However, it is very callous and retaliatory, and I almost want to say this guy has a pretty good case for wrongful termination.
Am I ahead of my annual sales goal? Am I ahead of my annual sales goal?
Technically, yes.
Not technically, I am. I am.
Elijah, you haven't made a sale in over 2 weeks now.
Who cares?
Corporate cares. I also care about the fact that you're posting these videos on TikTok.
Because you guys are screwing me over. I'll keep posting these videos.
Elijah, I'm just
You guys are screwing me over.
I'm just communicating with you what they have decided.
So you're actually firing me. I'm ahead of my annual sales goal and you're firing me.
We are moving in a different
Because I didn't make a sale in 2 weeks. And I'm ahead of my sales goal.
We are moving in a different direction.
Screw you.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, I've loved my job. I've represented to the best of my ability. I have so many great relationships within the Walmarts in Dallas, and I know that'll be hard that they won't see my face because, you know, I text them, I call them, we're really cool. And I just feel like moving forward for the other people on the team, I think they deserve some one-on-one meetings and maybe more expectations set so that they don't overthink and they feel more comfortable within their position.
All right. Thanks, Kat.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now, we're seeing the gamut of emotions when it comes to this. We're seeing general shock, we're seeing pure anger, but we also have to take into account that this is a very, very sad time to be unemployed. We're currently facing an unemployment issue in addition to an affordability crisis, and it doesn't take an economist to explain to you guys that those two things don't make for anything good.
You need to leave.
The reality is, wages aren't rising fast enough to touch real-world costs. Even when people are employed, pay increases haven't kept up with the cost of housing, food, utilities, transportation, and healthcare. So even when someone loses their job for even a brief amount of time, the financial hit is way harder and faster than it used to be. And with fewer job openings to go around, people are just genuinely fearing for their well-being. However, job seekers aren't the only people facing problems. For those of you guys who actually are employed, you recognize the fact that the work isn't the hardest part of the job. Most of the time, it's the people you work with. And in this next segment, we're going to deal with a couple issues that are facing young workers in the workplace, which is, ironically, the workplace itself.
POV, this is you every day because you hate your job and it's so toxic and you just want to quit. But if you quit, then you don't have health insurance, you don't have a car, and you have no money. So you don't know what you're supposed to do. You either live life like this every single day where you're literally bawling your eyes out because of how you're treated every day at the office and how much of a toll it's taken on your mental and physical health, or you quit and you literally can't pay your bills and you get evicted and, you know, whatever. So
TikTok, I do not want to work in corporate America anymore. Like, I just want to go get a little retail job that I don't care about and just have enough money to pay the bills and do what I want. Like, I don't need to climb the ladder. Like, working in corporate is not it. We're always taught, you know, go to college, you get a job in your field, get a good corporate job with benefits, good pay, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But the stress, like waking up and dreading going to work, but you feel like you have to because it's a good job, it's a good pay. Like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I had less stress working front desk at the Courtyard Marriott, okay? Getting cussed out by people. It was less stress. Like, working in corporate America is just a bunch of people who think that they're dookie don't stank, and it's just like high school, and they want you to care so much about the job. Like, I just don't want to work in corporate America anymore.
Although retail isn't an industry that anyone should be glorifying by any means, we do have to admit that it is less of an emotional burden to deal with what's going on in a grocery store as compared to a corporate office. Corporate America simply demands emotional labor that isn't really in the job description. A lot of the times, it's not about what you're doing when you're at your desk. Office jobs often require navigating office politics, personalities, hierarchies, and a lot of unspoken rules. One of these unspoken rules is the concept of something called toxic positivity. What is toxic positivity, you ask? Well, it's exactly how it sounds, and if you need any further explanation.
So let's talk about toxic positivity at work, because masking dysfunction with fake smiles isn't leadership. Here are 4 signs you suffer from toxic positivity. 1, good vibes only culture. If people have to pretend everything's fine just to survive the team meeting, that's not morale, that's a psychological hostage situation. 2, dismissing discomfort with cliches. Just be grateful, or look on the bright side. All that does is tell people their actual concerns don't matter. So they shut up, shut down, and check out. 3, rewarding fake optimism over real feedback. If being positive gets you further than being honest, you're not managing a team, you're running a pageant. And 4, shaming emotions like frustration or fear. Newsflash, being human at work isn't a weakness. If people feel like they have to fake it to stay safe, you've already lost their trust.
So toxic positivity is essentially a concept that prioritizes happiness over honesty. It's way easier for someone to tell their boss that they're happy all the time. Of course, nothing makes them happier than staying overtime and doing Excel sheets, rather than just simply saying, I'd have better things to do. I'd rather catch the end of the Buffalo Bills game than hang out with Cheryl from accounting. It's simply a way of masking what you truly feel. It's a horrible unspoken policy that expects employees to create a magical experience, even when the reality is anything but. Now, this next clip details another side of toxicity that happens in the workplace that well, let's get into it.
Just in case you were wondering, no, you cannot go to work and come home. It's not that simple. You have to engage and interact and fucking be toxic and talk shit and gossip and also interact with the motherfucker that nobody likes. You gotta befriend them so that way the people see you so you can cause more drama and cause more shit. And if you don't, we're all gonna group up against you and try and get you fired. Sorry.
In some toxic workplaces, if you're not socializing, gossiping, or playing politics, people see you as an outsider or a threat. And instead of respecting your boundaries, they'll invent stories about you and question your team spirit. And sometimes even conspire to push you out entirely. Not because of your performance, but because you refuse to participate in nonsense. One commenter says, just when you think everyone matures after high school, no, they don't. One also says they be in their 40s acting like high school girls. And another commenter suggests an alternative that I personally wouldn't for obvious reasons.
He going to penitentiary.
The workplace is often just high school with paychecks. It's basically Mean Girls and Business Casual. The cliques, the favoritism, the backhanded compliments. The only difference is that instead of deciding who sits next to you at the lunch table, they're deciding who gets promotions and opportunities, which affect your livelihood entirely. Well, that brings us to the end of our time here today. We covered a lot of insane, dramatic, and at times downright funny clips, and if you've got a favorite one, let us know in the comments below, and of course, be sure to like and subscribe. Till the next Crash Out, see you next time.